Hello. Welcome, YouTube. I don't know why it's not showing myself, but that's okay. As you know, this is a historical day. Regardless of what happens, who will be the next president? Now, it is 10 after 7, so the polls in Georgia is now closed. However, if you are still online, you can vote. As long as you was online before 7 o'clock, every vote will be counted for. So if you're in line, stay in line. Just because it says it's in at 7, you are still be able to vote as long as you're online. All right. Tell me who's in the room and tell me if you can hear me because I don't know what's wrong with live StreamYard. It tells me that I'm in a browser, so I don't know. But I don't know what else is using my camera, but I'm going to turn off my phone. But anyway, hey y'all, into the room, thumbs up. Please comment if you're here so I can know if it's working. You can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know. Because right now, I can only see my face, my avatar. So I see 3 people in the room. Now it's down to 1. We're going to start in a few more minutes. But I know it's a long night, y'all. It's a very long night. So the polls has been closed for 12 minutes. But of course, you know, it'll probably be a good hour and a half, 2 hours before you start really seeing any results. Hey, Vicky. So, Vicky, you voted already? I hope you did. Hey, Shelly Shell. So, we're going to start in a few minutes. And I don't know which one I'm going to watch, but let me check something here. While I'm sitting here, I'm going to be watching CNN on the computer as the results start coming in. But some of the results started coming in. It was only like 2% in Kentucky. And then they started showing some results in Indiana. So it was only like 1-2% now. Biden was leading in Kentucky, but that's only 2%. So that's not really anything substantial. So we're going to see what's going to be happening. So let me see where they at this point. So I'm not going to stay on long because I'm going to wait until probably about 9 o'clock. And then I'll check again because I don't want to be flipping back and forth while I'm watching CNN at the same time being on live stream. So I don't know. Most people, if you're really concerned about the election, most people is going to be watching. But let me tell you about today though. So I finally got my house fixed up. It's an excellent guy. I had wood rot all around my house, outside the house, and everything. So he finished about what time was it? It was, I would say, about 5:30. She came 8 o'clock in the morning on time, you know, and did an excellent work. So I know that don't really concern y'all, but it concerns me because this been going on for a few years now with the chimney and the rotten wood, and it was just like, ugh, so aggravating to try to get someone who could fix it and and not try to scam me. But let me tell you, um, if you own a home, whether it be a townhome, house, whatever, People always say, I want to buy a house. I want to buy a house. But let me tell you, it takes money to upkeep a house too. Getting a house is not always it's not all cracked up to be. You gotta, it's not like living in an apartment when something goes wrong or something's broken or whatever. You just call the apartment complex, they come out and fix it, and that's it. When you own a home, it's not about just paying the mortgage and taxes and that's it. And the essentials like water bill, gas bill, and everything else. You also have to focus, do upkeeps. Something's broken, something becomes damaged. You got to come up with some money to pay. So, and this is even if you get a townhome, things wear and tear happens through the years, and don't say, oh, I'm gonna buy me a brand new house. I'm gonna buy me, just because it's brand new when you first bought it, let me tell you, things happen. So I know a lot of people always like to, I hear people all the time talking about, I'm gonna buy me a house, but then you only making $12 an hour, 13. Let me tell you, that ain't gonna hack it. And I'm telling you, my income wasn't what it was when I bought my home, but also at the same time, it's more to just having credit, good credit. It's a lot of things. Let me tell you, it is a lot. So I was happy and satisfied with the work that was done because, like I said, I had rot wood all around my windows, up the chimney, and I have a 2-story home, and all that had to be done. But I found a very good price. But let me tell you about that though, while I get off topic. So I had, and it ain't about black folks or white folks or Mexican or whatever, but this one black guy, he come to my house. He says, oh, I'll give you the quote and everything else that's needed to get done tomorrow. First of all, you didn't, when I looked at some different, neighbor.com or nextdoor.com. It's like a Facebook group for houses and neighborhoods and stuff across the country. And we have our own network within the subdivision and stuff. And I called, left a message saying I need a quote, I need some work done in my house, blah, blah, blah. I ain't heard nothing from him in like 3 days later. Then you call me out the blue. Then I said what I need to get done. He had a little, cute little website or whatever. It wasn't no big thing. And I said, I need wood rot repair around the windows, up the chimney, the base of the chimney boards and all this kind of stuff. Can you do it? So he comes to my house, took pictures. No, he didn't even take any pictures, matter of fact. He didn't take no pictures. He started walking around the house. I ain't see him writing nothing down or anything of the sort until he says, oh, I got this all, I got it all on my phone or whatever, right? So it's okay, whatever. Then the next day, I'm waiting for a quote, which is labor and materials and everything else. Hey, Colis. Hey, Erica. I don't know what's wrong with my I don't know what's wrong with StreamYard. It said that it was some other device like Zoom or something is using my camera, and I don't know. I turned off my computer and restarted, so y'all just gonna have to. You just go to StreamYard.com and then click on just go to StreamYard.com and then it will tell you, how if you wanted to share the interface with either Facebook Live or YouTube. So I'm not doing Facebook. So anyway, let me tell you what happened. So then I called him and texted him, do you have the quote? What's the quote? Whatever, right? I'm trying to get figures and stuff. So I finally get the quote from him. And also my door replacement too. Even without the door that needs to be replaced, I decided I'm just going to go to Home Depot. No, I'm going to go to Home Depot and let them replace the whole entire door. I'm not going to. So anyway, so he comes back with $2,900 and something, right? I was like, pfft. And that didn't even include the front entry door. This is including fixing the door, which was wood rot or whatever. It's about what we do, just take this little piece off and do this and that, whatever. This could be fixed. You don't need to buy a brand new door. You can save thousands. You don't need to spend $1,000 on no door, blah, 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 blah. So that didn't even include a brand new door, a replacement of a front entry door with 2 side lights. That was just to fix a little piece of the rot wood around the entry door, whatever, which it was already on the brinks of collapse, So anyway, so I was like, whatever, I'm not, I said, I'm going to get me some more quotes, right? So then I'm driving down the street, and then there was this one other black guy. He was fixing my neighbor's house, but I didn't know what all he was doing was putting up the shutters, right? And I asked him how much did he charge and what is he doing to the guy's house, He was talking about, I charge $250 for the day. So whatever it needs to get done, I could do it and do it for the day. You just buy the materials, blah, 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 whatever, right? So I said, okay. If it takes you 2 days to do whatever, all the stuff I need to get done, $500 for labor, I buy what? Maybe about, 400, 500, 600, $700 worth of materials or whatever the case may be, whatever, paint, wood, or whatever, right? So anyway, so he was supposed to come and do it last week, Thursday. I ain't heard from him. He ain't make no phone. He ain't called me, nothing. I'm not gonna hunt you down for no work. So anyway, so I'm on the site for neighbors.com. Then this one black lady, she said, oh, his name is Jorge, he does excellent work and stuff. And then she took pictures of what he did to her house. He fixed the bay window with the wood rot. And, she had wood rot and stuff. She didn't tell me how much he charged. So anyway, I called him and, to look around. And he looked around everything that even the soffits. Now, I don't know if some people don't know what that is. He looked around and basically anything around my house that needed to get done, he fixed. So he called me. I said, well, how much it would be with that materials? $1,100. I was like, what? And that included the materials and everything else. Because he said he already had a lot of the materials. And he told me the baseboard, which is like for a 2-story house up the garage, that probably took what? $50, $60 worth of wood for just that one part of the chimney all the way up. So when he came to my house to give me a quote, and looked and told me everything they need to get done. The wood rot in front of the house, around the windows, the wood rot in the back of the windows, the wood rot that was on the second part in the ceiling, and it included the soffits, which was cracked, all kind of damage, because someone told me when I got my roof replaced that because air needs to flow to the soffit so it could go to the attic and it won't hold heat because it could destroy your roof. And it could cause water damage and everything else inside the house. So I was like, so he replaced that. So I said, okay, great. You know what time he came this morning? He came on time. Now, I don't know, he's a Mexican guy. He showed up 8 o'clock. He come rolling up to the house. I'm like, what? On time too? Prepared? And I didn't have to pay him until after he finished doing the work. So he went to Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever he needed. He went to the store, got what he needed to get, and did an excellent job. Now I'm going to do a video taping of that. I'm not going to do a live stream. I'm going to do it just for my homeowners who may watch YouTube or whatever. But I will give them a great review on the neighbor.com. So I have to buy the shutters But he didn't, because I didn't buy the shutters. So I told him, okay, I'm going to order it on Wayfair.com, and then there's a discount. So it's going to be brand new shutters that are going to get replaced. But I'll do a video and show y'all. But I took before pictures and after pictures. But let me tell you, not to get off topic, but let me tell you, how did someone quoted me, even if he was to say he could fix the door or whatever, it still wouldn't have been nowhere close to no $2,900 something dollars. I was like, why black folks be always trying to scam? I don't want to hear nobody tell me, you hate black people, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Because I've had, well, we ain't friends anymore. She has a handyman. For 2 months, I was dealing with this guy. He called himself the Anointed One. Now, I'm quite sure he probably do good work, but he's cheap. And he was like, oh, I could do all this. He charged me $500 labor, and all I had to do was buy all the materials and everything else. And it didn't even include the soffits to be replaced or nothing. I ain't heard from this Negro since. I keep calling him. I said, you know what? Forget it. If you can't do the work, don't be trying to say you so busy. Oh, I'm fixing this house. Oh, I'm doing tile work on this house and give me the run. If you can't do it, say you can't do it. But to say, oh, I'll be available 2 weeks from now. Okay, 2 weeks later, I wait. Then 2 weeks come. Then I said, okay, are you ready to do my job? Well, Next, move on. Moving on. I just don't understand it. I just don't get it. You ain't that damn in high demand like that. And if you only do handyman work like general stuff, just say that that's what you do. Because let me tell you how I knew he had no equipment to do anything. Because one, if you weren't going to go up to my 2-story house to replace the wood and stuff, I ain't see no ladder or no truck, nothing. He had like a regular old junkyard truck. And I could tell he probably had no big ladder to even sustain, to even do it. Just say you can't do it. Just say you can't do it. Not give me the runaround and, 2 weeks. 2 weeks come. Oh, 2 weeks. 2 weeks turn into a month. Oh, 2 weeks turn into a month and a half. And, I'm just so, sometimes, I've been, for the 11 years, I've been trying to trying to find some good work. You try to support black, but then when you try to support black folks always let you down. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care. Because you can't go through 5, 6, 7 black folks. Can you give me a quote? Now I ain't trying to be cheap either. But you ain't going to try to rip me off because I'm a woman and you think I'm not going to know nothing. I may not have a saw. I may not have a hammer. I may not have nothing. But see, you ain't going to sit here and explode the price up like it's ridiculous. Because let me tell you, the same way that you advertise on a website, the same way I'm going to go back and say, don't go with this person blah, 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 this person blah, blah, blah. And then you show up late, or you give me the quote late, or you don't show up at all. All kind of, oof. We better wake up. 2021, after this election's over, regardless who becomes president, and we enter in a recession, people are going to need to maintain their houses, whatever houses they got. They're going to, people ain't going to be having money out the yin yang to be hiring people to do this and do that. Now, if you have money or whatever, that's fine and dandy. But people are going to be real cautious of what they're spending and giving out for people to do jobs. I work hard for my money. You know how hard I had to work for it, and they all that, and I gave him $1,000 right on the Cash App. Here you go, poof, thank you. I see in a couple of weeks I gave $100 to put up these 6 shutters, which it ain't nothing because if I had a ladder, I could probably do it myself, but I don't have one, and I ain't getting them. I'm not climbing up no ladders. I ain't got no tools to take nothing off and do it myself because it's probably nothing hard to do. Not that. So you got to pay for people's time, labor, and convenience. Other than that, if it was shutters that was low length, I probably could have done it myself. All I do is go on YouTube, look at a video, and say, okay, that's how you put it on. Boop boop. But I ain't got not a near tools to do anything. Now I'll probably invest in some handy tools and do some little work around the house. But certain things, when I was watching, because I was in the house, whatever, I looked down, said, okay, let me see what he's doing. I was like, to be honest, a lot of stuff you really could do yourself. But if you ain't got no big ladder, if you ain't got no power tools and knowing how to paint and all those other things, and it really is not. I ain't gonna say it's hard because there's certain things you have to be licensed for. Like if you need a plumber, you got to be licensed electrician. You got to be a licensed plumber. Stuff that requires a license, you leave that to professionals. But a lot of things, paint, trim around your house. Yep, pros are closed. Erica, what? Anywho, nothing out my house situation. So I volunteered today with Georgia Democrats making phone calls to people to, remind them to go out to vote Democrat. Man, I made this one call. It was most people in Stone Mountain, 30083, Decatur, the east part of town, which covers Decatur, Stone Mountain, the east part, right? So I did that for a few hours, make phone calls. And after that, I was like, what? Ain't nobody even home. Or I got these numbers are not good. But one particular call I made, it was this black lady, lived up in Stone Mountain at 30083 area code, which is off the road in that real ghettofied area of Stone Mountain, real, kind of rough. I always talked about that area code a lot, right? When I was doing food deliveries, and I was like, oh my God. Even though it could be 5, 6, 7 miles the opposite way, because anyway, I said, may I speak with so-and-so? Hi, my name is Teresa. I'm here with the Georgia Democrats, and I'm just calling to remind you that today's election day. Will you be voting? I'm not voting. I was like, I got my reasons why I ain't voting. And I'm not going to vote, whatever, right? Oh, so, okay, well, may I ask the reason why you don't want to vote? This is an important election, and it affects your community, blah, blah, blah. I went off the script. I didn't even follow the script, right? I'm just not voting. I was like, okay, all right, well, thank you for taking my call, blah, 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 hung up. And then I didn't get a chance. I didn't speak to anybody. This one person, I said, well, are you going out to vote? And she said, yeah. Oops. She said, yeah, she was going out to vote. And I said, okay, you're going to vote Democrat all the way down the ticket. So she said pretty much she will. Talk about her polling place, where it was. And she said she thought it was some other place. So I said, well, you can go and check before you go out. Make sure that's the right precinct, whatever, right? And then after that, every other calls I took, nobody wasn't answering the phone, or someone said it's the wrong number, or it went to voicemail. So I left messages on the voicemail. And pretty much that was my civic duty. And it wasn't paid because I didn't do the polls, because I was trying to get back with the poll for the assignment, and they never called me. So, but I still took off from work as my volunteer day. So I did do my volunteer duties with the election. So, and I got that in a way that I wasn't working today, because one, all that noise, banging and stuff would have been heard on the phone, and I would be on the phone. That wouldn't have been acceptable. So I'm glad that I did vote. I'm glad that I did volunteer like I said I was going to do, which I did. And if there is a runoff, anytime there's a runoff, so if there's no clear winner when it comes to the other Senate and Congress seats, then I'll contact the County again and see if they need any volunteers if there's a runoff election, but it won't be on Tuesday. It'll probably be like if they do early voting for runoff, I'll do it on a Thursday, Friday. If not, ain't no big deal. So I said, here it is. They needed volunteers. And then it's so hard to get, I was like, but I tried. But I don't know. I haven't heard anything on the news about any long ass lines. Hey, Sharky, Bill, I didn't heard anything on the news about long lines or anything. I didn't go by my precinct to see how it looked. I mean, I could go out there and see if anybody's still online, but I don't know. I didn't see anything come up about any problems with election day. So I want to say that if people did go out to vote, I don't think they had any kind of I don't think they had any problems. So let me go online and see what's going on. Breaking news: man shot in face in DeKalb gas station. What? Breaking news: all Spalding County polls to remain open until 9 p.m. Interesting. So all polls in Spalding County is to remain open till 9 p.m. I'm at ajc.com, by the way. That's what I'm reading. After poll manager oversleeps, judge orders Cobb precinct to stay open. Poll chaplains offer help, comfort, and food during crucial election. Okay. Georgia Power says Zeta restorations are complete. 2 DeKalb County polling places to stay open past 7 p.m. Okay. Let me see what the 2 DeKalb County polling places. 2 DeKalb County polling places will stay open past the normal 7 p.m. closing time on Tuesday. County officials said that the precinct at Valley Brook Baptist Church, 1198 North Valley Brook Road, Decatur, will stay open until 7:40. The precinct at Obama Elementary School at 3132 Clifton Church Road, Southeast, will remain open until 7:45. Voters assigned to these precincts that are in the line by the new deadline will be allowed to cast their ballots. According to the petition for extended hours signed by DeKalb Superior Court Judge Courtney L. Johnson, both affected precincts experienced time periods without voting due to an inability to operate the poll pads as designed, preventing voters from casting their ballots. Poll pads are the tablets used to check voters in to their precincts. The extension was requested in an abundance of caution to ensure that all electors at the locations have been the required full 12 hours of voting, press release said. Election day otherwise appeared to be going smoothly in DeKalb, where election leaders have their readiness questioned repeatedly in recent weeks and months. Letters announcing several county polling place relocation arrived in the mailbox of some affected voters as late as Monday and Tuesday, raising eyebrows when they were posted on social media. But the DeKalb officials said the 32 precinct changes, which the County Elections Board approved last month, citing concerns, space, and COVID-19 social distancing requirements, were previously advertised in the county's legal organ and county social media posts and in social ads on several local news outlets. A text and call campaign also contacted all DeKalb voters who have not yet cast ballots and urged them to verify their precinct location, officials said. They said signs and volunteers were all at relocated precincts Tuesday to redirect voters to their proper location. I wonder if the reason why I didn't get any call to go to Winbrook Elementary School was wondering if they changed the precinct, because it is a small school and it wouldn't be a whole lot of people that was going to be able to vote at that location anyway. And when I went there Monday night after I got off from work Monday, I drove over there to see if anybody was there putting up any signs and posters because they said someone was supposed to come Monday night. Well, Monday, they didn't say during the day, afternoon, evening, they were supposed to put up posters and things like that. So when I drove over there, I was like, ain't nothing, nobody was there. Even though it was 8:30ish, I ain't see all the doors were closed. It didn't look like nothing was looked to be set up or nothing. But I was wondering if maybe that's why I didn't get anything. But I still volunteered with the Georgia Democrats. So, I made my little phone calls today, did my civil duty for a couple of hours here and there. So, and I still get paid. And that's my volunteer 8 hours. So, next time I volunteer, because they do allow you to volunteer. So, since I already did my volunteer duties, they won't let me volunteer somewhere else again. Maybe till next year, but I'm going to ask, how many times can you volunteer and how often is it? I know it's not going to be like 3, 4, 5 times. I think they let you do it maybe once. I'll find that out. But anyway, I'm glad that I did it because I think it's important. Even if you volunteer and you just have people that that didn't have a car, they got to take the bus, even if you just took an hour, even if you just say, you know what, I'll take 5 people to the poll, make sure they get to the poll and get back home, you still did something, even if it's 5 people, But just for people to say, I ain't voting, oh my God, Because I keep telling people, I keep saying for the longest, it's not about the president. You're voting for other policies in your local areas, in your precinct, in your communities. There are things that you're voting for that affects you way more than what's going to happen of who is president. But I'm going to tell you, the reason why the president's seat is important is because if this dang orange man gets elected for 4 more years, he gets to choose who's going to hold the judicial courts, not just the Supreme Court. You know that Trump had voted over 100 and something judicial courts appointed. He had appointed over 100 and something judges on the lower courts since he came in office. You know that? Did y'all know that? The appellate court, the lower courts. Did you know he voted over 100 and something judges in his 4 years? But they wouldn't let President Obama appoint the replacement when he was running for re-election. They didn't even cast a vote, but they rushed this person along. Now, if that's not clear, racist, whatever, I don't know what is. President Obama was supposed to pick the last appointment, but they waited until after election day to see who won and then gave Trump 2 picks. But the picks was not just the Supreme Court picks, it was also the other appellate courts across the country on a federal level. Everything is not escalated to the Supreme Court. Everything starts from the appellate courts, the district courts, which affects people way more than what the Supreme Court, But no, you want to get a hold of some people talking about, I ain't voting. I ain't gonna vote. And then don't get me when I was watching these dang YouTube videos about some black women were voting for Trump and they got on there talking crazy. If you're gonna vote for Trump, fine. That's your opinion. That's your choice. But at least give a reason. Not just coming on talking about, well, the Democrats, they taking advantage of our vote. and Democrats and they ain't did nothing and blah 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 and Trump, hey no, just say what he done. Just give me one conclusive evidence of what he done for black folks. Not just get on. I just think people just get on there just for clout chasing, just to be on there so they could get this attention and everything else. They could care less. As long as they think they could get something from it, that's what they doing. Give me a reason. Give me a reason. And not because and to me, to be honest, majority of these presidents, with the exception of President Obama and maybe Jimmy Carter and who else? Give or take a few presidents here and there in the country. They all, racist. Racists have always been there. The whole United States is built on racist, opportunistic, dog eat dog world. Anyway, but let's see what's going on. 46 minutes after the poll closed. Let me see what they talking about. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if we could share, and now we could do our watching the polls. Let me see. Let me see if they'll let me share it. Hold on. I'll be back. Damn it. Whoa. All right, y'all. I just got to looking at some of the results. Florida, it says 68% came in. Let me go up there and look, y'all. Let me look. It's a tight race in the battleground of Florida as results are quickly pouring in.
A mask can say a lot about the person who wears it, but even more about the person who doesn't.
Come on, I don't want to hear that no more. I'm trying to look at this on the phone at the same time. Why they so went to Florida first? I know Florida probably closed the same time, but
Election 101, Assistant Managing Election and more. Election Night in America on CNN and CNN.com.
Come on.
Did you know a blender is actually
Okay, too many commercials. What is this?
Horsepower, design, safety features, technology, and of course, how much did I pay?
What the fuck is this? 11. Electoral for Trump. 0.
Research, unbiased reviews, undiscovered gems, uncovering the best. CNN_. See all our reviews and recommendations at underscore.com. Great future leaders.
Alright, hold on. Let me see. Alright, if y'all looking at it, put some comments in the comment section. Sharky, you know what's good? Is what's going on with this thing election. So let me see what's going on. Hold on.
Yes, indeed.
Can we get to the
Delaware, Columbia, Florida, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Mississippi, Missouri, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Mississippi, Texas, Wisconsin, I wonder if there's something like all those. That's a huge chunk of the 170 into Florida, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, and the background reminding you coming out. Joe Biden plays a strong challenge to the president of Florida, Pennsylvania, states is crucial for Mr. Trump.
all right. Well, I don't know. I can't. It says Trump had electoral 11, and Biden got 0. But the 11 votes came from what? Ohio? Let me see what the hell they talking about. They said Florida is close. What it says here? Biden wins the reliable blue state of Vermont. Yay! So that's what it's saying here. So far, Joe Biden 3, Trump 11. I don't know where the hell they got 11 from, but that's what it says so far. It's way coolest. They need 270. They have got a long ways to go. Exactly. They're saying Democrats are keeping a close eye on the Latinos in Florida tonight. So Florida Latinos is supposedly supposed to be the breaking point in Florida. But after that, what's that wrestler or W, whatever his name was? I saw that today. I was like, who the hell are you talking about? If you winning the Super Bowl, why you gonna change coaches? And he was some Latino WE whatever. He was going on there talking. I was like, man, sit down. How are you gonna be all like that? There's not so much. You know what kills me, and I started to notice the ones who's like really all that yap 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 about Trump, and then if you're black or Latino, came from nothing, and they make a lot of money. See, the ones who's making a lot of money and they're not really struggling financially, and you're a Latino or black, you tend to be more with Trump because you got this thing this impression in your mind that you pull yourself in the bootstraps, and he was saying that the Democrats was taking advantage of the Latino vote. Just like some black folks were saying, well, we all taking advantage of the black vote, blah blah blah. I was like, okay. And then the people who are doing all that talking. Now there's some great people who are not in the entertainment industry that's speaking on that, but a lot of them are from the entertainment industry, thinking they talking, being a mouthpiece for black folks and Latinos, communities. But like I said, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know where they're getting that from. I mean, to me, you don't understand. I don't. It's not even about the Republicans for, think they standing for black folks and Latinos. It's the fact that Trump don't even. It's not even the values of Republicans. It's not about Republicans. Martin Luther King was a Republican. Black folks was started out with the Party of Lincoln, which is the Republican Party. It's not about a Republican Party. It's not about, whatever. It's about what you believe in and values. We all want to have conservative views when it comes to about, job opportunities and not sitting on your ass collecting welfare checks and everything else. That's what I think most people, seem to miss. They trying to equate being Democrat as socialism and thinking people they just giving money away and people being lazy and not working and who's to say the Republican Party is all that? Hey Romeo. All right, let me see what's going on now. Okay, I don't want to hear about what happened in 2012. They was going to go back. What happened in 2012? Who won in 2012? What that number got up to? I'll probably be up until maybe 11ish. But I'm not going to be on live stream that long because I don't want to use up all my time. So, and I want to watch. Well, yeah, by midnight, at that point, let me see, 7, what time will be in California? They like 3 hours back. So, I probably will switch over to YouTube channel and get off StreamYard. I just want to, anybody want to come on in and, oh no, because I'm talking to my, what time the poll close in California? Romeo, since you in California. I know they got one that lasts for 10 years, Sean Miller. Yeah, it ain't about 8 o'clock. So y'all are 3 hours behind. So that means, but you know what though? By the time California and the West Coast close, the only key battle state, well, not the only, but Nevada's supposed to be a battleground state. Because pretty much places like maybe California and they could kind of predict who's going to get what based on whether it's a heavy Democratic state or Republican state. But the only ones that they're waiting on is really like Wisconsin. That's not in the West Coast. That's the Midwest. Right now it's 16 versus 22. Well, like I said, it's still too early. But see, states like Alaska and some of the other states, they only have like 3 electoral votes, 12, 11, 9, 7. Texas, Florida, when they have like 48, 50, whatever, those are the ones that comes up with a big chunk. Pennsylvania, they don't have that much. I don't know. I try not to keep up with all those numbers in regards to the electoral votes. You have to watch the convention to see, and then it will give you who have what like I said, places like Texas, um, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Florida. See, those got the 15, 16, 20 something electoral votes. No, Montana and all those places, they got like 3, 6, you know. See, like Vermont. Vermont is like 3. So it all depends. Like I said, they already said what the battleground states were. That's important, that who gets it, who wins. And they already made predictions. It's like if Joe Biden didn't get Florida or South Carolina or something like that, he'd still win based on the outcome. So if the outcome, who won Massachusetts, Delaware, and Maryland so far? South Dakota? Ain't nobody studying no small state like South Dakota. Yay! You said Alabama won by the other guy. Oh. See, it's updated frequently. So far, Joe Biden is up 85 to 55. See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people already early voted, and it don't take long to count no early votes. See, the fact that it was early voting, they already knew. And the premise is that if it's a high turnout of voters, most people of high turnout is always be Democratic. Always Democrat. That's just pure a high turnout rate is always leaning towards more Democratic. They always try to say we'll see. I've been following that. Let me see what happened. I know who you're talking about. Coolest, where you go to these little braggy states? Idaho, and South Dakota, North Dakota. That's not even a highly populated state. Those are like, I'm not saying it's not important, but those are like 3, 4 electoral vote. That's always going to be Democratic in some cases. It's too early call battlegrounds Florida and Pennsylvania, but Fox News will project winners of more than a dozen other states. But they already said that if he didn't win Florida or even Pennsylvania, that he doesn't necessarily need those 2 states to win. So it don't make a difference. Idaho, like I said, that's why the census is important. That's not a high populated state. All that stuff, Idaho, that's like kind of like easy pickings for Democrat to win. It's always gonna pull up because it's easy. They'll know. See, they don't even have to get. All they gotta do is count 52% of the votes, and depending on how that runs, they're gonna say, "Oh, he's the winner." They already know. If 100,000 people voted in Idaho, and Joe Biden gets 51% of that 100,000, he's already got all the 3 or 4 electoral votes. See, Texas is a big state. Texas has 40 something electoral votes or whatever it was. 30 something, 40 something. Texas is a big win And that's why they were trying to see the majority of people, they live in Houston, Dallas, and those outskirts city, in those outskirts suburbs. I don't know. Florida could be tricky because Florida have all those Latinos, whether they from Cuba or wherever, and things like that. They tend to, I don't know why it is with Latino people in Florida jumping to vote for Trump. One by what other guy? See, don't put stuff out there. Just say what it is. What state is it? Let me look and see. I need to look. Hmm. All right. I'm also watching the Warlock and the Senate race. That's another thing we need to be watching. So far, hold up, I'll be back. They didn't cast in South Carolina yet. Erica, South Carolina, Biden is leading in South Carolina so far. 50 something to 40 something percent. South Carolina is only not even close. No, Romeo, you ain't looking at it right. I don't know what you looking at. They didn't put those states finish yet. South Carolina, Oklahoma. They still. No, y'all ain't looking at that right. Let me share my screen. Well, you know the other race with Laughlin, if you in Georgia, and Warnock, that's a tight race. It's like 48.2 versus 48.7. That's the other race. Um, okay, let me see what's going on. You know what? Let me watch Pluto TV. They got the thing on there for free. No, they haven't predicted the winners for South Carolina and Florida. They only at 2%. They're not even nowhere close to predict those two states yet. They have not declared Florida and South Carolina. They still in the early stage of voting.
So get aggressive. We only have one more day. Anybody want to go with my sister? She'll pay you.
All right, shut up. I don't want to hear this. Well, it's not being wrong. It's just the fact that they putting in the votes as it's coming in. If you look at the bottom, it's going to tell you the percentage, like 2%, 1%. Once it says 60% of the votes came in, then they could determine who won it. I'm not playing any music. I'm watching TV on my phone. Besides, I'm not monetized, so it don't make a difference, Romeo.
We are getting some interesting results coming in from those battleground states, those states that are must win for President Trump if he hopes to win re-election. Let's go now to our election.
Oh, my dang stomach is hurting, y'all.
Anthony Salmonto. Hi, Anthony.
This is about as tight as it gets in Florida. The decision desk, we're tracking a neck-and-neck race in Florida. But I want to zoom in on one county in particular, and that's Miami-Dade.
Miami-Dade.
Democrats rely on Miami-Dade to run up a large margin to win by a great deal.
See, y'all looking at the way they doing that map, they going on Florida, and then they going to like certain counties, and then they going on to, you see like certain areas in Florida.
In Miami-Dade.
So they saying, Miami-Dade, Biden is winning, but then they going referencing back 2016 and stuff. I said, stop referencing back 2016. Hillary and the result of Biden, that's two different things. Just because they Republican, don't always rely on about what Hillary did in that certain county and blah blah blah. That's too much. Just talk about what's going on now. When you go to with all the migration and people, black folks, Latinos, and everybody moving from different parts of Florida and even within the city and different counties, you can't rely on that.
Okay, and we're talking about Donald Trump having a lead. Now, the Villages is here, but what we're really talking about is the senior vote in Florida, because
they just doing too much sometimes on they'll be breaking it down. Let's look at the senior vote and this and that vote and this and that. Man, just get on with it.
Now in Sumter County right now,
so far it's 49% to 50% with Florida. That's how close it is.
Just a couple points better than Hillary Clinton.
You can't compare to what Hillary did and Trump did in Florida and all that.
It's Florida's friendliest active retirement community. The reason Sumter is interesting is they all vote early. So that's why we have these numbers. We know how that county came through. And Donald Trump holding seniors as well as he did in 2016 is a big deal for him. Yeah, John, everybody calls it so friendly, but my vivid memory of the Villages is the guy in the golf cart yelling white power as he's driving by with flags waving, and then the president tweeting it. And later, after he was chastised, he took it down. But the fact is, somebody said it, and then it was retweeted by the president of the United States. Right. So, I don't think of them necessarily as friendly. I know that's their team. I know you're not.
I'm watching Pluto TV, and Pluto TV it has Gayle King. Who else is on this? What network is this? Pluto. They doing ET Live. What channel is this? CBS something.
He still is ahead with seniors and Latinos, though it has narrowed. So I think it's just something to continue to watch. It's why it's a toss-up. But as you were saying, it may be a leading indicator for Florida ranking third in the country right now for new COVID cases.
Look at Florida. Third in COVID new cases in Florida.
And it'll be interesting to continue to follow that race there. That is a must-win for President Trump. Those 29 electoral votes.
See, Florida is 29 electoral votes.
In Pennsylvania,
so that's what it is. Florida is 29 electoral votes.
And keep watching watching us because we've got a lot more news ahead. CBS News 2020 American Aside. Right back.
Okay, let's look at the Senate race. You know what? This is how I'm going to look at it. This is how I'm going to look at it, y'all. If the Democrats get back the Senate, and let's say Trump does get reelected, if the Senate takes over, that is it. That damn Trump will be a lamed up president for 4 years. 4 years. You know? All right, y'all. 44. Oh, come on. Y'all start so damn so fast. Can't even get back to the screen. All right, let me see. I need to charge my phone. All right, let me see. Georgia is 16 electoral votes. So, according to the, let me see where they at. Hold on. All right, only 11%. Hey, TH. Only 11% of the votes came in for Georgia, but it is by 47% to 47% Biden, 51% the duck. But it's only 11% of the votes came in, so that's what that is. Texas is, hold on. Texas is 38 electoral votes, but Biden is leading Texas by 58% to 43. So that's a good. So far, Biden is leading by a considerable amount in Texas. So they trying to say that Trump needs Florida because he lose Texas, you know, for him to really have a chance. They say he has to win Florida, not because he gonna win, but you want to avoid a blowout. So far, Texas is blue, and okay, Texas is blue, but Texas closed at 9, it says. So he's leading considerably so far by the number of votes that they've been counting. So I'm not going to concern too much about Florida because Florida could be really tight. But as long as he gets those other states that's blue, we'll see. If Biden could get to, say, 150, say, by the time the West Coast closed, you know, and he could get there, it may be looking good. But it's not about the number of states you win. It's about the electoral votes that you get. You know, you try to get the ones with the big home run. But let me see what's going on. Hold on, y'all. I wish I could have a way of sharing this screen and look at it at the same time without going back and forth. All right, y'all, give me a thumbs up. I ain't gonna stay long because I don't want to use all 2-3 hours because, you know, I may have to come back. So if y'all want to come back, tell me what time y'all gonna come back. So I've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes. And okay, I'm gonna try to stay on here for say at the bottom of the hour, 8:30. So I'm gonna in 10 more minutes. I'm gonna get off. Then I'm gonna come back and check again. Now I ain't gonna stay no 2 hours. I gotta go to work tomorrow. And the way my stomach is feeling, I mean, I work tomorrow, but then I'll be off Thursday, Friday. So, and oh, let me tell y'all, I will be picking up another job, working from home for Omni integrations. I'm gonna try to come on here on StreamYard, but if so, I'll probably go YouTube, but it don't make a difference. StreamYard, I only get on StreamYard is because I want to kind of share the screen, but so far sharing screens and going back and forth ain't working. So I'll probably be on regular YouTube because I could go live stream as long as I'm on my computer. So it'll probably be YouTube. I'm still on YouTube. StreamYard is broadcasting it on YouTube too. All right, let me see what happened, y'all. Mm, mm, mm. Texas turned out tonight. Biden got 2 million plus votes in Texas. Trump got 1 million votes in Texas. Man. Texas showed out, let me tell you. So far, Trump is leading in Georgia. But see, you have to understand, only thing part about black in Atlanta or Democrat is Atlanta. Everything else in Georgia is pretty much white and Republican. So, but South Carolina, Biden's leading South Carolina. South Carolina's only 9 electoral votes. So, New York, Maine, Connecticut. Man, but you know what though? They already kind of predicted or projected what states each of them would win. It's not really surprising. To me, it's those states like Texas and Pennsylvania, Florida, Ohio, Wisconsin, and stuff like that. Those are the ones that people kind of like, they say, oh, to decide who's going to win or whatever. It ain't so much of, and it's really, and the other important thing we have to realize is we're not just watching for the president. We got to watch about this House. So far, Democrats are leading and obtain more. It's Democrats is controlling the House so far. That's the other thing we got to watch out for. Not just who wouldn't be president. If Democrats take control and they flip some of those and get some of those Republicans out and been doing shit or whatever their term is, that's just as important. I'll tell you that now. All right, I got 4 more minutes, and then I'm gonna come back at 9 o'clock on YouTube. I may come back on StreamYard. So whatever, I'll be back at 9. And then we'll see what comes about. I would say the halfway mark, so we could determine if it's going to be a sweep or is it really going to be close. And then I got to do my homework assignments. I got to go on, start studying for at least 30 minutes or an hour. I didn't do nothing today studying wise. I've been going back and forth and making my little phone calls. So let's see what happens for the last time. I'll be back in a second. Oh, fuck. $16.56 to 42. All right, Georgia. I don't get it. Georgia 56% to 40 something percent. Trump. So Trump, of the latest update, he's leading 37 to 30. But it's a long ways to go, y'all. Long ways to go. I swear to God, ever since I left New York, red state Georgia, red state South Carolina, really? What is it going to take for one day that Georgia will be blue, other than maybe a few congressional seats that'll be blue here and there? Other than, make me so sick. I wouldn't be surprised. They always talked about that. That's why I'm saying, But like I said, Biden's leading by Texas a whole lot. So that's almost 30 something electoral votes. So if he gets Texas, he'll pick up ground and then surpass him. So we gonna wait. Go one more time, y'all. One more time. All right. Okay, it's 8:31. I need to take a break. I need to take a break. All right. See y'all at 9. Come on back for part 2. Okay. See y'all at part 2. So come on back, y'all. Give me thumbs up while I exit the room. I need to take a break. It's time for a commercial break.